Yo, it's Club, I'm on Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. I'm going to be showing you some replays today from the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023 event. In these replays, it'll be my Dark Magician deck. So yeah, the last video was Blue Eyes, and there's going to be like 3 videos, including this one, where it's just going to be Dark Magician duels. The third video will just be duels against Teal Elements, because yeah, it's just all Teal Elements in this event sometimes, most of the time. So I think in this video and the one after this will be a mix of Teal Elements and other stuff. But the third video, from memory, I think it's going to be just Dark Magician versus Teal Elements all the time. Like straight up all the time. Unfortunately, this event, man, this event has just been a bitch. I didn't upload for some days because I was relaxing, I had some time off, and I was playing this event a lot as well. I was playing this event a lot and also playing Zelda. I didn't want to make videos until I got to level 20, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. So here I use Dark Magical Circle on Sprite Jet. I just wanted to banish that monster as soon as possible because maybe my opponent has another level 2 monster that they can special summon on top, and what do you know, it didn't make a difference. So yeah. Anyway, my opponent link summoned into Sprite Elf. They went to grab Sprite Blue, so I used Called by the Grave. And yeah, it's pretty interesting that I ran into Sprite because I don't really see Sprite too much anymore, which is very surprising, but I'm not surprised because every time a new strong deck comes, the people that are using the best decks are just going to the next best deck. And a lot of people get mad when, you know, you say, oh, people are meta hawking and they just use meta decks. And a lot of people get angry about that, but it's so true. Like, do you see Sprite anymore? No. Do you see Runic anymore? No. I'm trying to think of other broken decks, like, you know what I mean. Like, people were using Runic when that came out. Well, yeah, Runic, and then Sprite, and then mixing them. Then Teal Elements came out, and guess what we run into now? Teal Elements all the time. So, yeah, just using the best decks, but yeah. But it's the truth. It's just, yeah, I still use my favorite decks, you know. I can easily just make a meta deck right now and just rank up if I want to, but I want to do that. I want to try and get there with my favorite monsters, even though they do not have the best support, like very, very bad support. But yeah, so here I got Dark Magical Circle, and then I played Soul Servant just to put Dark Magician at the top, I believe. Yeah. See, in these first, I don't know if the other replays are like this, but I just couldn't really do too much. I was sort of relying on Maxi, which, you know, has been nice for me lately. So here they summoned the Luba, and then they got Branded Fusion. And as soon as my opponent played Branded Fusion, I used Maxi, and my opponent couldn't stop it, which was really nice. So they put those monsters to the graveyard and summoned, what's your name again? Lubellion, whatever. Lubellion? I think Lubellion. So here my opponent got that card from their deck to their hand. These duels are from a few days ago, so I think some weren't against Teal Elements, but trust me, I think there might be some in this video, or just, I know the third video is just full of Teal Elements only. I'm pretty sure the second video has some Teal Elements. This one, I don't remember. And of course, I'm getting the same cards I basically had. Like, that's my luck with Maxi, man. I just have the worst luck when it comes to Maxi, unfortunately. See, my opponent summoned Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. I'm like, why? So I special summoned Dark Magician and banished Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, I believe. Or my opponent summoned Guardian Chimera. I guess that's what their plan was, but I still get to banish, you know, Chimera, which, yeah. Then here my opponent played this other card and just, my god, just kept going. So yeah, Dark Magical Circle touched nothing. My opponent was sort of forced to summon that. So I got Magician's Rod. And then yeah, Eternal Soul and Called by the Grave was destroyed. And then Dark Magician got destroyed. Then my opponent attacked me directly. And then they ended their turn. So I was like, oh, okay. So then my opponent left. Sure, but yeah, it was I don't know why, but yeah. I mean, maybe because they thought they can't really do too much because of all my cards, but I don't know. Alright, so this one has 7 turns. I just saw the next replay has 13 turns. My god. Oh, man. So here, going first with Dark Ruler No More is such a slap. Just a slap to my face, man. Just a slap in the face. And I sit down 4 cards because, yeah, I can't do anything. Woo! My opponent got that from their deck to the hand. And also that. I've been seeing Branded at the start, to be honest. So here I used Skill Drain quickly before the monster came out. Like, you know, I was pretty scared about like a monster effect happening, so my opponent summoned that dragon, and I'm glad I used Skill Drain because now I can activate effects without, you know, taking damage. So here I use Called by the Grave on that stupid Branded monster, which I really hate. And yeah, Branded in Red, I believe, is the name. Yep, just can't go through now, which is really nice. And they got that from their deck to their hand. It's like whatever. See, they summoned that monster, tried using the effect, and it's like, okay. So they attacked and attacked. And yeah, I took a lot of damage, but here I used Soul Servant, and I put Magician Souls at the top because if I summon Dark Magician from Magician Souls, my opponent might use Max C, so if they do that, I could just play Eternal Soul and special summon Dark Magician that way. But it seems like my opponent didn't have Max C, so I banished the dragon. And then I used Soul Servant to draw 1 card. Then my opponent used Ash Blossom, which I guess is okay. So yeah, negated, attacked, and I don't know if there's much Telements duels in this first video. I'm not too sure, but there is more in the other ones. Trust me. I don't know if this one is just Branded or, but yeah. So my opponent played Called by the Grave on my Dark Magician. I thought that was a little too premature, you know, just using Called by the Grave straight away. I guess they were just paranoid, and it's like, well, I have Eternal Soul, so your Called by the Grave was pointless. Then my opponent did that. They should have waited. They honestly should have waited, but I guess they were just paranoid. Just wanted to get rid of that, I guess. And then they played Polymerization. And yeah, see, that's fine. Like, it's like, I have Skill Drain, but it's like, you know, there's a chance you could have won if you had banished my Dark Magician at the right time. But, you know, they didn't. So here I got 2 Dark Ruler No More, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so lucky that they just tried using Called by the Grave on Dark Magician straight away. I don't know if it was an accident or not, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So I attacked directly with Dark Magician, and then I ended my turn because I can't really link or anything now since my I'm Duck or In Duck, whatever, is in the graveyard. So my opponent used Branded Fusion. I guess a nice protection. But yeah, they went to attack the Dark Magician. I'm like, okay. And then yeah, my graveyard effect went through. So here I used Eternal Soul to summon Dark Magician. I feel like my opponent was, you know, putting a card in their field anyway, so I summoned Dark Magician. Just in case I get another Dark Magician, then I can summon in my turn with Eternal Soul. So I got Ash Blossom, and I was like, I win. So I Synchro summoned into Baron, and then I summoned Dark Magician after I attacked with Baron, and yeah, it was GG. Alright, what is this duel where it's 13 turns? I think I remember it, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think I remember it. Is it a Telements one, or I just could straight up not beat Telements at all? You know, like at the start of this event, I have no idea. So here I sit down 4 cards. My opponent used, you know, what's shift? Dimension shifter. Oh yes, it's against Exosister. Here my opponent summoned those 2 monsters and XC summoned. Yeah, skill drain. I don't know why it has been limited to 1. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. It's honestly the dumbest thing ever. My opponent summoned Zeus as defense, which is pretty good. So I got Magician's Rod. I put it in defense because what the hell am I supposed to do? But skill drain, especially now Teal Elements, should not be at 1. It should be at 3 or 2 at least. It is so dumb how it's at 1. It makes no sense. So here I use Called by the Grave on Dimension Shifter. The only reason why I use Called by the Grave was just so I can set that down and have 1 card, like 1 extra zone in my spell and trap zone. So here my opponent went to summon Exosister or something, so I used Rivalry just so my opponent can only control Machine. So my opponent attacked me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So I got Dark Magician Girl, which is okay. I mean, not really, but you know, I'm basically screwed. So I attacked Ash Blossom, set down a card. I don't know what happened here, but I think it saved me. Dark Magician, yep, I'm saved. So I summoned Dark Magician with Eternal Soul. And then I ended my turn. I probably should have summoned Dark Magician Girl as like extra backup, but I doubt my opponent had another machine in their hand. So that's why I wasn't too worried. And also I can summon Dark Magician. I mean, yeah, I could have summoned Dark Magician Girl, but I wanted to wait a little. So I got Dark Magical Circle, and I was like, alright, now I can do what I want. So I summoned Dark Magician Girl, and then I summoned Dark Magician with Eternal Soul, and then I used Dark Magical Circle. You know what? I think that's why I didn't use, I didn't Tribute Summon Dark Magician for Dark Magician Girl yet. I was waiting for Dark Magical Circle, and yeah, I found it, so I was pretty happy about that. So I attacked and attacked, and yeah, so got rid of Zeus, luckily. My opponent summoned Spellcaster monsters, and it's like, hang on a second, I know I've won, because if they can't get rid of this, it's like, you can't summon warrior monsters, because you already have a Spellcaster in the field. So here I did use Called by the Grave on this card, because I have this same card in the graveyard. So I did use Called by the Grave on it, just to sort of make them waste their cards, and they did. They had Crossout Designator, and yeah, they got rid of Called by the Grave to negate it. But it's like, you can't XC summon anyway. So here I got Magician's Rod back to my hand, just so I can put Dark Magician in the graveyard. And then my opponent went to use this trap card on Eternal Soul. So I summoned Dark Magician before, yeah, this gets banished. And then, yeah, my monsters got destroyed, but I did get to use Dark Magical Circle, and I used it on that monster. I was just kind of paranoid at the same time, like, maybe they could have XC summoned in a way, but I don't know, but I just banished that monster instead of the face down. So here I basically won. I summoned Magician's Rod, then I went to summon Dark Magician, and it's like, well, okay, if you don't have any hand traps or something to stop my attacks, you lose. And then my opponent left. So I guess maybe there's no Teal Elements in this video. I don't know. It's going to be the last duel I show you. I'm not too sure if it's against Teal Elements or not, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the second video, and especially the third video, will have Teal Elements. But yeah, these were sort of the duels I did at the start of the event. So here I summoned Magician's Rod, and I got Magician Salvation. Played it and set down Eternal Soul. So I summoned Dark Magician with Magician Souls. And then here, what did I do? I got Timaeus. Yep, that's right. So I summoned Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Okay. which is actually really perfect with these floodgate traps that I have in my hand. So yeah, that's just really amazing. So I summon Dark Magician and Dragon Knight and set down 2 cards. So here I use Eternal Soul just so Dark Magician and Dragon Knight is protected by it. My opponent summoned this monster, so I used these trap cards, and then my opponent left. That was just a quick funny one. I'm pretty sure the next video will be full of Telements, and especially the third one. Don't worry, I know this one. Maybe this one was just a no Telements one, I don't know. Maybe I was just getting screwed by Telements, I have no idea. Actually, no, that's going to be the end. I'm not going to show the deck because I'm still making updates. But I'm pretty sure it's the same as the video, like the last Dark Magician video I've done on my channel. So you can just check out the deck there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!